Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to the always informative, always entertaining, the Boxing Authorities. Joining me at the desk, as always, Luther Dupree Jr., Smokin Jim Frazier, and my name is Claudio Relsano. November fights. Luther, Efe Ajaba, 18-1-13 against Joseph Goodall. All due respect, I don't know who he is. 10-1-1. Luther, your thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, listen, Efe, he won his last fight. I thought he was going to lose that fight. He's still trying to make his way. This is a guy tailor-made for him. He needs to get a nice knockout to try to get back in the mix. But like I said, I had to get off the Efe train once he left Ronnie Shields. He hasn't looked good since. But I got him in an easy KO. This Joseph Goodall is not going to be a challenge. Efe, I give it 5-6 rounds, and he knocks him out. Top Rank has the best matchmakers in the sport, and this guy's tailor-made for Efe. Easy fight, 6 rounds or less.
Jim, you think it's a smart fight for Efe?
Well, Luther got off the Spence train. He got off the Joe Joyce train. He got off the Fulton train. He got off the Charlo train.
I didn't get off any trains.
Woo! Midnight train to Georgia. Hey, listen. I think that this is a guy that needs to continue to stay active.
That's what you always say.
He's a guy that comes in shape. He takes the fight game very seriously. I'm very disappointed Luther got off of him with one loss. And he did
when he
after,
left Ronnie
and
Shields.
he
Let's
clearly
get it right.
did after the loss because he lost money on him. He had money on Efe, so
After
it
he
was
lost-
clearly after he lost.
After he got rid of
Luther
Ronnie
took it
Shields.
personally.
Yeah.
He left Ronnie Shields
Why
and has
did you
not
bet
looked
on
good.
him that night? So
I didn't know Sanchez was better than I thought he was.
Well, we tried to tell you.
Jim, please.
But I think
Sanchez isn't that good.
I think for a heavyweight, you want to stay active, and that's what Efe is doing. He's staying active.
You mentioned Sanchez. You talk about staying active. Why aren't these guys staying active?
He might be fighting what we just didn't hear about.
Well, he did fight a couple weeks, about a month ago, I guess. So,
yeah.
to your point.
How'd he do?
He won, but I don't
Not
know,
an
with no
impressive
noise,
KO,
it wasn't
yeah.
a lot of money.
No
but
buzz.
you got to stay active.
And he's
now,
he's like 40, Jim.
let me ask you, yeah, exactly. Let me
French
ask you this
is
now
like
with
40.
the Fury thing. I forgot who it was, but they had a fight and they didn't do as well. And both of you said now everybody's going to want to fight that guy because he didn't have a good showing. Do you think now Fury didn't have a good showing against a guy with a 0-0 record in boxing? They may say he's on his way down. To hell with it. I'm going after Fury.
Everybody wants to. That's a payday. That's like going
a big
after
payday.
Canelo. That's they're the money train,
Yes,
money ball.
Yes, yeah, right.
So to
that's right.
speak.
So, do you think now, Luther, not to get off the November
Boy, is he
fights
thin.
issue,
He's
do you
looking good, Lou.
do you think that the division now is going to have more fights? We don't say it's the greatest. It's interesting now that maybe Fury has come down a little bit.
Listen, I never had Fury on that pedestal like you guys. So,
But you had him top 2.
I had him top 2, but you got, he's the greatest. No, I never had that. So I'm just hoping they fight more. The fact that Fury's already trying to say he doesn't want the December fight, I don't think the heavyweight division is going to get that more. What needs to happen, he needs to be stripped or fight.
Which he ain't going to strip him because of money.
Exactly. So the heavyweight division's still going to be what it is. Lackluster. Interesting. Best ever? Absolutely not. No. Interesting? Yeah, but these guys got to fight, and they're not doing it. That's why I respect Joe Joyce and Zhang.
Yeah.
Those guys fought twice. Zhang destroyed them twice. More power to him. Hopefully he gets a fight. Will he step up and fight Wilder?
I got a new commercial for BET. If you want to lose 40 pounds, give up chitlins and eggnog.
Woo! Is Efe, he wins his fight.
6 rounds.
Is he a
easy.
player?
No.
He's
He's not a player.
No, he's not.
He's a one-trick pony. Nice right hand, still very stiff, doesn't move his head off the line, and a jab could slow him down.
So right now, would you say the player? Well, you got to put Fury in there. You got to say Wilder and Usyk and Zhang.
Anthony Joshua's still in the mix.
Well,
You
it's
got to
like,
put him in there.
on my list, there's like 30 players out there.
Jim,
I mean, has a legitimate shot.
What for me, like we said, Roberto Clemente. For me, I would in this day and age, I would not allow anybody to have more than one belt. That's the key. If you take some of those belts away from Usyk and you break it up now, you get more movement in the division. People just can't
now the
sit
move
on
is
the weight.
undisputed. And one guy you didn't mention, I'm very disappointed you guys didn't mention it. Who's the one guy who beat Zhang? Herkovic. I've been talking about him.
But he's disappearing.
Yeah, but listen, guys
have
gotta
to stay.
Listen, he's a mandatory for one of Usyk's belts. That's what he's trying to get.
But I'm going to tell you something you'll appreciate.
He's a player.
When Alex Rodriguez retired from baseball, Magic Johnson said, do speaking engagements, do TV to keep relevant so people see you. Herkovic, where's he at? And that's how you make money, too, by being relevant.
Yeah.
Who is he?
He's fought, and he's still, his dad.
Oh, don't throw
dad-
him a softball.
His dad
don't throw
passed, and
his grandfather passed.
But he's the only guy who beat Zhang. And beat him in dominant fashion.
Okay,
No, he got knocked down twice.
Okay,
They gave
he
him-
beat
but
Zhang.
he
He
beat
beat Zhang.
At that point, they weren't going to give the victory to a Chinaman. Right now, if they
gosh.
fought, Zhang would get it because his name's out there.
Zhang
At
would-
that time, they wasn't going to give him no
Good point.
decision.
Okay, he beat Zhang. Who did more with that fight? The guy who lost or the guy who won?
Guy who lost.
Yeah, I mean, we can't talk about, he lost his dad, he lost some family members. It would be nice if he fought more, but he's trying to get his title opportunity.
His godfather
You got to
got a
add him.
cough.
You got to give, he's waiting for his opportunity. You guys need to stop.
Shakur Steveson, and this fight's on ESPN, 20-0 with 10 knockouts against Edwin De Los Santos, 16-1 and 14 for the vacant WBC lightweight title. You know what I'm going to say, but you go ahead, Luth. Is it going to be a competitive fight?
Listen, Shakur Steveson has done more fighting on Twitter and social media.
I thought you were going to say something nice about him.
No, listen, he has. He had a fight. He could have fought Devin Haney, turned it down. He's been kissing up to Lomo, trying to get that fight. Lomo said no. This is a good fight. Edwin De Los Santos, very aggressive fighter. He's going to bring it to Shakur. Shakur talks a lot of stuff. He's going to have to back it up. This should be one of his tougher fights, but I see another unanimous decision for Shakur. He looks good at the 140 weight division. Power's there. He still has his mobility. He's a top-notch, elite, young athlete, and I think he wins a unanimous decision. But De Los Santos is going to give it his all. This will be a tough fight, but Shakur is at another level. I would like to see him get in there with a Lomo, with a Tank Davis. We need to have that fight. But Shakur is at that level. He can be a top 10 guy. He's in my top 10.
Smoking?
Last week, did Stevenson's fiance take a picture with Mike Tomlin? Was that her?
That
Or
wasn't
That was
her.
somebody else. I wasn't sure.
That wasn't her.
Sure
Come
who
on,
it was.
Jim.
I wasn't sure who it was.
It was Glow.
I wasn't
It
sure
was
who
Glorilla.
Oh,
And,
okay.
come on,
okay.
Jim.
I wasn't sure.
You got all your black female
I'm
rappers
asking,
mixed up,
I'm
huh?
asking. But, hey, listen, he got to make hay while he still got the superior reflexes. Stevenson, and I agree with Claudio, Stevenson's one of the guys that could possibly, if he doesn't fight forever, could retire undefeated. He got
stay
that
away
kind
from
of
Tank.
he
Stay
got
away
that
from
kind
Tank.
of reflex. What crime time is he out of jail?
Oh,
I'm just because everybody ought to stay away from Tank. He's that good. I made a mistake. I misevaluated Tank. Tank is
you've done that a
Tank
lot.
is special.
Thank
But
you.
again, it's hard to market somebody if they're behind
the-
bars.
He's not behind
When
bars.
when did he get out?
He's been out for over a month, Jim.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! Free at last!
You said the key word there, reflexes.
Yes.
I think that De Los Santos is going to attack him and be aggressive. But I think I think Shakur. What do I always say? Yeah, he's gifted physically, but he's also a very intelligent guy. He's one of those guys. He just moves a little bit. He makes you miss. I think he's going to make.
Is amazing. Elite distance
Right.
control for him.
Yeah, one of
That's
the best
true.
I've seen. Almost as good as Tyson Fury.
Oh, God.
Now I
Stop.
think I'm joking. I think he's going to win a unanimous decision with this fight. I think Dos Santos is going to attack him, but I think he's going to make him look bad. I think he's going to make him
Well,
look
at
bad.
135, can he trust his fiance? I'm just saying. I mean, is he
He's
got a clear
140.
hit? Does he have a clear?
Hey,
no, he's
it's no joke.
135.
It's 135.
135. You're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
135.
because Haney wants to fight him at 140, and Stevenson doesn't want to go to 140. But you know what, Jim? You're joking.
He's gonna have
It's
to-
true.
I mean,
You have to have.
the NBA players going to stay away from this 135 pound.
Look, I tell my wife and daughter all the time, they give me a clear head to do my work. I don't have to worry about anything. You make a hell of a point. You
Jim,
do. No, you have to have a clear head. These people are human.
Jim
I don't
likes
know
to
what's
throw
going
the
on with his
TMZ,
relationship. I'm not
stuff
saying
in
that.
there.
I'm not
Come
saying
on,
anything.
man.
I'm not saying anything about Shakur. I have no idea. He's the one who knows about the girlfriends and wives. I'm just saying, as
You
a
saw him
rule,
propose to her in
as
the
a
ring,
rule,
Jim?
as a rule, both female and male. And not just in entertainment and sports, in life, you need a clear head. To
And
perform.
Shakur is also trying to reach out to his Puerto Rican fan base now. You know, so
With the flag, right?
yeah, he has the flag. He's running around with the flag now.
Whatever brings him in.
Hopefully, he gets the Puerto
Somebody
Rican
who
support.
I'm not like him, who
What?
throws people under the bus and gets. No, what do you say? He gets off the what? The train. I'm not getting off the train, even though he lost his last fight.
Why is this guy on the
I
list?
got
Claudio?
something on this guy. I like this guy.
Why?
I don't think he's
Why?
done yet. I like him. Can I like
You like
him?
his name? You
Wait,
like,
is he-
unlike Jim, you like Africans.
I like Africans. I like Africans. Okay, I still think he's got something
This
left.
guy has nothing.
And I like this other guy's name, Never. Who the hell?
Never.
Never.
Never get a title.
Right.
Is what it is.
Michaeling, Alonga Makabu is fighting Never Michaeling for the vacant WBC cruiser. Don King is still promoting Mukabu.
He has nobody
gets
else
the
to promote at
WBC
this point.
cruiser. That's
Look at this guy, man. Come on, he's not. He hits a nice punch.
Yes.
but he's very slow. He's probably
Can
really
hit.
about 50 in American years.
So what? He's in good shape for 50.
American year.
Come on,
Dog
his
years,
last fight, nothing,
Okay.
man. I mean, look, slow hands, not a lot of one-punch power. You know, he's fighting these C-level guys and, struggling.
He
You
looks
know,
like this guy. Look.
Cru-
Look. Doesn't he a little bit? Look.
Cruiserweight.
Look.
Oh, God.
like you.
Cruiserweight division has no buzz. You know,
But if he wins the belt, he's a WBC
he
cruiser.
still has no buzz. I mean, nobody's checking for this cruiserweight. I
Look,
was
I'm
shocked
not
you
even
put
joking.
him
I don't
on
even want
this
to. Don't even
list.
put the camera on him. I still want to see him fight Canelo.
Oh, for what?
I just do.
For what?
At a cruiser.
I
And
want to see.
Canelo would fight him.
Yeah, of course. He was trying to cherry pick this guy. And he probably beat him.
I like him.
No. I don't know why
I'm
this
looking
guy's
forward
on
to
the
that
list.
fight. Now, a fight that we are looking forward to.
You didn't even-
I'm sorry.
you gonna let Jim
my fault,
talk
Jim.
about
I'm
this-
trying to
this-
do what your boy
this
does. Just
C-level?
give you a little bit of time.
I agree with you.
You agree?
You don't want to talk about the African?
I love him. I love him.
Oh, really?
Great for boxing.
Everything's great for boxing with you. All right. David Benitez.
Oh, yeah.
27-0 with
Mexican
23
monster.
knockouts is fighting Demetrius Boo Andrade, who's 32-0-19, November 25th.
Woo.
It's a super middleweight
Yes.
fight, no belts on the line, I don't think.
It
unless
should
they
be a
make one
belt,
up.
but
It should be.
Canelo's
But
hogging
this
them all.
fight, Luther and Jim, should be the winner fights Canelo. Period. End of story. Go.
Listen, man, you know how I feel about David Benevitez, the Mexican monster. He throws punches and bunches.
All angles.
You know, all angles. He doesn't move his head much. His defense is not always there.
He's
and
slower
he can
than
be
the
hit.
African.
Where's the slow? He just threw 10 punches, Jim. What are you talking
Hey, no.
Jim,
He hit him 3
10
times.
punches.
He didn't move his head. Did he
at
not?
that.
He hit him 3 times. He didn't move his head.
Listen, you all better put some respect on the Mexican monster, man. This guy is everything you want
Can
in a
I
fighter.
interrupt you
He
both?
fights
Can I
everyone.
say something? Would you say
Look
he's
at
a
that. Oh,
good
look at
front
that.
runner? He's a good front runner. If he's winning the fight, he's good.
When have you
We
seen
don't
him
know.
lose
That's
a
what I'm saying.
fight?
We don't know.
You don't want to
if
be
he-
losing a fight, Claudio. What are you talking
I'm
about?
just saying.
No.
For some reason, it's a
You're
gut
not-
feeling.
I'm
Can I have my opinion?
I'm tired of you guys
Can I have my
disrespecting-
opinion?
You
I
don't-
like Benitez.
You don't
I
like
him.
Mexicans, Claudio.
He doesn't have red hair. I like him. I just wonder if Andrade can build up a lead. He just the only thing he's got is a knockout.
Did Caleb Plant build up a little bit of lead?
And
And
Canelo
what
had a
happened?
knockout.
And what happened? No. And David
I'm
Benitez
sorry.
walked
I'm
him
sorry.
down.
I'm sorry.
And if the
Okay.
referee wasn't
All right.
breaking him up every 5 minutes, he
Is
would have
Andrade
knocked
better
out
than
Caleb.
Plant?
I believe he is.
Can he hit harder?
But he's older than Plant as well. So we don't know. We saw him against his last fight, DeMar Nicholson. He showed a little age. I thought he was going to knock him out. He didn't do it. Boo Andrade, very skilled fighter. I think we have some clips of him as well. He
can hit too.
He has very weird angles.
Yeah,
he's
good
always.
point,
It looks
Luther.
like he's out of position.
point, Luther.
He ducks down.
Look at that.
And wild punches. He does a lot of things you're not. Look at those very fast hands.
That's good against the white guys, Jim.
Different angles. It's going to be a great fight for 7 rounds. I think that Demetrius Andrade may have a lead, but his gas tank runs out every fight. and it's going to run out again this one. And I think that's when the Mexican monster will walk him down and really make it tough for him. I'm not sure he can go the full 10 just because the Mexican monster is going to put so much pressure on him. He's going to have his moments because he's that good. If this fight happened a couple years ago when he was on the other side of 30, I think he might have been able to get him.
Good question.
But I think Mexican Monster, he's ready. He's primed for TV, and I don't think anybody's beating him at 168 other than maybe David Morrell may have a chance. But Mexican Monster, I think he stops him in the late rounds, maybe a 9-rounder.
Oh, 9?
But up until that, I think Andrade is going to have a lot of success, but his gas tank's going to run out on him. David Benevitez is going to be too busy, too much firepower, just stalking him down. I think Andrade is going to get tired of doing so much moving and get caught.
Jim?
Well, again, I think we all can agree this is a fight no one's interested in.
Oh,
Jim,
I'm
stop.
very interested.
Well,
in
I
it.
mean, I'm
You
just
hate
saying-
both of these fighters,
No, I'm
Jim.
Just saying.
Just say
There's
that.
Absolutely, for two undefeated fighters, there's absolutely no.
Not as
buzz.
much as there should be.
They're not as much as Man and Turk had.
Stop, Jim.
Listen, what I'm just saying is, and I will continue
Two
to
great
say,
fighters.
I would continue to say, and that may or may not be true.
No, it's
Luther,
definitely true.
But I will say this, and I've been consistent, that David Slobita Benitez,
He didn't look slow throwing them punches.
he needs to move to 175.
He'll be slower then.
But what I'm saying
No, he
is,
won't. No, he
what I'm
won't.
saying
I wish-
is,
no, he won't.
the fight that I think everybody would like to see is the two monsters fight at 175. The guy can't get a fight at 175. The
Who
guy
the
with the
two?
green teeth.
Better be.
Better behave. He can't get a fight. He can't get
Harder.
a fight at 175. And
He's about to
Benitez
fight. He was
wants
supposed to fight Caleb Smith, but he,
Yeah,
he get
shoulder.
the shoulder
but,
injury.
But people would love to see. You can market this.
you know what you
Don't
said-
you agree? You could market
Jim,
those two
the
big
Jim,
Problem with this
you
fight
s-
is Andre took too much time off, and in the promoting, I'm
Well,
not
he
just saying it
fought
because I'm
Jan-
being
he fought
biased.
in January.
Right, but I'm talking about before that. He should have went to Jimmy
Yeah.
Birchford. He's right down
Yeah,
the
I
road.
agree.
They didn't, and I know you agree too. They did not manage his career properly.
Well, he went over. He went to Earn with Hearn,
yeah.
and he took an L. A lot of American fighters
Jim,
went over
do
there
you
lost.
guys agree
Jim,
that the-
you sound
at
like
one-
a fanboy.
No, I'm
you're
just
talking
saying-
about you're trying to run him out of the division so he doesn't stop Canelo.
I'm just asking
168,
one question. Can
the
you
next
please
fight should be
answer my
Canelo.
question? Would people be interested
No.
in the two big hitting giants at 175?
They
I think that would be an
you know what would be
interest there
big
for
That
boxing. That would be
Benevitez-
better for the betterment of boxing.
The best thing for boxing would be David
Canelo.
Benevitez versus Canelo
Yes.
on Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
That would be
Yes.
huge for boxing.
Yes.
Everybody would want to see
Yes.
it, Jim. You're trying
No,
to
no.
hide Canelo.
But you know why
'cause
he
know
won't
what's
do
gonna
it?
happen.
Because he wants to win on Cinco de Mayo, and he's going to fight somebody who can
He's
win.
fighting Munguia, Jaime Munguia.
Which you called
I
again,
believe he's going to
which
try to
I think
try
they
to
haven't
slide him
announced
in.
it yet, but
He's going to
Luke
try to
did
slide him
Again,
in.
for
Watch.
me, since you guys want to drag me back to the 168, for me, if I'm Canelo, which is the cash cow, $330 million in the bank.
How'd that last
Let me
pay-per-view
finish.
do?
Let me finish. Well, he already got $330 million in the bank. But for me,
Pocket watching
if I'm Canelo and I'm the cash cow, I'm not fighting a guy who I'm not sure will make the weight. I'm not going to go through all that.
Don't they get paid
And
anyway?
I'm not
Jim,
gonna-
pizza.
But see,
You're back
the
on
thing
your
is,
pocket watch.
We're talking
You're
about
back on your
peaking.
pocket watch.
We're talking about peaking. Sonny Liston peaked for the second Ali fight, and Ali all of a sudden got a
Jim.
cut above the eye. And that threw off everything. When you peak
Jim,
for a
just
fight,
stop,
listen,
Jim.
you don't know, Lou. You don't know because you're not thinking
That's what
about
Tony
it.
said
when
about
you
peaking.
when you peak for a fight, you're ready, and it's hard to peak two times in a row in a short time. Now you got to take time off.
Jim, you
Who
know
do you
what's
like
going to
this
happen
fight? Who
if
do you like
Canelo
this
fights
fight?
Benevitez.
Who do you like Benevitez, Andrade? And we're going to go over it when it happens, but who do you like?
I like the Benevitez.
Mexican monster.
I like him.
I've always
He
picked
makes
Benavidez.
weight. If he makes
Here's
Oh,
why.
here you
Here's
go,
why I'm
Jim.
going to go with Demetrius Andrade. I know you're going to be upset.
Ooh, I like
You said
I'm
boo-boo?
gonna go. Yes, I like, and you said the word angles. When you're a power puncher, you want that guy to stay
point,
there.
good point.
Okay, and Andre's not going to stay there. He's going to be down here. He's going to be all over the place. Okay, and he's going to miss a lot. When you swing and miss, you get tired. You're going to look bad. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to turn it up that much more, and you're going to miss that much more.
Can he do it the whole fight, Claudio?
Okay,
Have you
you
seen?
know what I'm going to say? I use the same example all the time. Lennox Lewis, David Tua. Lennox Lewis had to be, at the end of the fight, he had to be exhausted, not only physically, but mentally. And now, when Canelo fought Plant, he just missed him for that one. He was fooling around that 1 second. There was another fight that happened recently that we made that comment. The guy was winning, and he got caught. He was losing, and he lost because he lost focus. I don't know if it was a heavyweight fight or even.
Well, we know it wasn't Spence.
No,
come
no,
on,
He
no.
lost focus in
You know
the
what I'm
second
saying?
round.
You can't.
Jim, he
but
wasn't
Jim,
right. He was
what
weight
the hell
trained.
fight was that? It was a recent fight. You know what I'm talking about? He was winning the fight.
Wasn't Folk?
No,
See, Jim.
no, what Bo- he's getting on all your guys. But Andrade has to go. No, it wasn't Charlo. No, it was somebody. Forgive me. But Andrade has
Was
to.
it Joe Joyce?
No, he got stuck.
Joyce got crushed.
But I'm talking about every again.
Sorry, Lou.
Lewis and Tua, because Tua one shot and it's
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Lennox had to be focused and still physically have it, but mentally say, I gotta watch. I can't let my guard down for 1 second. Look at Fury with Ngannou. He let that guard down one shot. It was over with. Okay, Andrade, if he can box, move, stick and move, and do that crazy stuff. You see in the fights that Luther brought out. He was down here different angles. Benevitez,
It's different when you're getting hit, getting punished.
but
you know-
don't get hit.
Okay.
And
good
be in
luck.
shape. Don't
Good
fool
luck.
around, Andre. This is your shot, and maybe your last shot.
Now, I agree with you 100%. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think he would get the decision, though?
I have him in a decision.
But, I mean, do you think the judges will
He
side
just
with
said he
him?
had him in a decision.
Well, but
Jim.
Jim's also asking me if
You
I
wanna-
think the judges will give him the decision.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
No,
Okay.
because the next fight's bigger.
Yeah. Right.
As long as he doesn't have the Fury and
The
Ngannou
business
judges,
of boxing.
He'll be fine.
Am I right?
Listen,
Jim's question is, you didn't ask if I think.
Right.
Do I
You
think the
think the
judges are
judges
going to?
will.
Yeah.
well, he said the decision.
What
You didn't say the judges.
What hairstyles he gonna have?
Are you looking forward to the fight?
I can't wait.
I'm
When
looking
is
forward
it?
to it.
When is it?
November
The
25th.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's going to be a huge fight. Listen, it might be the fight. I have it for maybe the fight of the year candidate. It's going to be that good. The only thing is, Demetrius Andrade runs out of gas. We've seen that numerous times, and he has a guy that's going to be pressuring him
And he's one
and
of those
hitting
guys
with body
that
shots.
Muhammad used the entire ring. Andre uses angles like
Angles,
Floyd.
right.
Floyd. So maybe he won't tire out. Maybe he's got to get in shape. This is it for him. This is his big shot. He's getting up there.
and he's
32 wins, Luther. 30,
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting up there, brother.
And he's 35. He's 35.
Yeah.
But he's going against the best at 168.
Best.
Canelo may have all the belts, but David Benevitez is the best. The two best at 168, their first name is David.
Yeah.
David Benevitez and David Morrell Jr., in my opinion.
It was Canelo, Plant. Plant was winning. Well, he was doing good, and he
was doing
just
good.
there's that 1 second.
And then he
Wait,
got
who
caught.
did Plant fight last? Benevitez.
Benevitez.
I'm trying to think. It's
And he was
bothering me.
winning that, got
Was
tired,
it a
started
heavyweight?
getting
It wasn't
beat.
a heavyweight fight, was it? That the guy was winning, he got caught with a shot, and
And then it was
that
over from there. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor for the undisputed super lightweight title, also November 25th.
Listen, Katie Taylor should have 2 losses on her record. I had Amanda Serrano beating her when they sold out the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I think Chantel Cameron can beat her again. She beat her the last time. I think she can beat her again, unless the business of boxing gets in the way, because they want to set up another Katie Taylor Serrano fight. I think Cameron can beat her again. Taylor is another one showing some slippage. I think Cameron can pull the upset and catch her again. She got her the first time in unanimous fashion. I think she can do it again.
And before you go, I said the reason why I said Andre's going to win or Benevitez is styles make fights.
Yes.
His style. I like Benevitez. I just think the style might be a little bit different. Jim, Cameron, Taylor.
Is Cameron black?
No.
Okay. I'll just see the first name. Listen, I like Katie Taylor. It's a shame that Madison Square Garden won't answer phone calls for women now because they know they can't
Stop,
do it
Jim,
again.
stop.
They ain't been back, and there ain't been nothing in the Madison Square Garden stopping them from promoting another one, but that ain't going to happen again. But I think Katie Taylor is the best thing for boxing in this fight, and I'm going with her. I agree with you, Lou.
I'm going Katie Taylor as well. When we come back, fights that we want to see in 2024 and fights that we didn't see in 23. So come on back. to the Boxing Authorities. Welcome back to the Boxing Authorities. Let's start with fights we didn't see in 2023 that you wanted to see. Luth.
Well, the first one, I've been wanting to see this since 2018, but Jim's guy was ducking since 2018. Wilder versus AJ. This fight should have happened.
There it is.
You know, Wilder versus AJ. It should have been for undisputed back in 2018, but Smokin' Jim's boy, Anthony Joshua, was scared. Eddie Hearn was scared of Wilder, and he's still scared. It's 5 years later. I don't know if we're going to see that fight ever. It's a shame.
You know, the amazing thing is that people are still talking about that, including
Exactly.
us.
It should have
5
happened.
years, and we still won it.
It should have been 2018.
Yeah.
All this
And we still
Fury
won it, though.
Garbage would have been.
Yeah.
Who cares? We would have had undisputed back then. I believe it would have been Wilder. It would have been huge instead of all this Fury fighting and Dardo
Hold-ups,
and
like you call it.
you know, stalling the division. Fury versus Usyk should have happened this year. I don't think it's going to happen in December. Fury's back on his, diva stuff. Who knows with Fury? David Benevitez, the Mexican monster, should have been fighting Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's scared. Canelo doesn't want that fight. He says he doesn't want to fight Mexicans. He's doing everything but fighting the guy he should fight, the Mexican monster. Very disappointed. Those are my top three. I could go on and on, but those are my top three. Very disappointed those fights didn't happen.
Mr. Frazier.
Whip. I would like to see, and I didn't get to see enough of it in 2023, is Big Baby Miller. I think Big
Is
Baby
he
Miller,
clean yet?
It may or may not be, but I always enjoy because he's a guy that can promote the sport.
Boxing,
It's
I
very-
think he needs him. It'd be
God.
nice.
Yeah.
Not
We-
needs
we
him,
want
but that
to
not
say that,
needs
Jim.
him. But it would help. It'd be
What
nice.
if he sold out a pay-per-view or anything?
Well,
Jim,
he
come
can-
on,
he
Jim.
can
You're just
talk-
saying
He
that.
can talk up a card,
He
man.
can
I
talk.
I enjoy this guy. Again, I got to give Luther credit for saying this, and I'll give on him. We seen a little bit too much of Joe Joyce in 2023. I think that whoever is mismanaging his career, I think we would like to see more of Big Bang Zhang.
Yeah.
I just think this is, and I'll stop with this. And of course, we want to see as much Canelo as we can, and he's been carrying boxing single-handedly again.
There you go.
Luther said something.
What is last pay-per-view?
Luther
not
said
good.
something that was very wise. He said that Charlo went up 2 weight classes, but Marvin Hagler made a career out of dragging guys up 2-3 weight classes and beating them. So he made a career out of doing that. So now when Canelo do it, it's a negative thing. But did
Hagler clean out the division? He cleaned out the division
for years.
You're even wearing the Hagler haircut. So we know how much you like.
Hagler cleared out the division. Canelo has guys that he should be fighting, mandatories. David Benevitez, David Morrell Jr., Demetrius Boo Andrade. All those guys are there.
Bivol.
Cruiserweight.
Exactly.
Usyk. This is
stop.
guy that
Not
started
Bivol.
off. Canelo's 140 pounds.
Which other guy? Better.
Didn't he start off at 140 pounds, Canelo?
Well, Pacquiao started at 50 pounds.
Well,
But I mean,
give him credit. You always gave him credit
Yeah.
because
I give him
he's a politician.
Jim.
back to what you said about Hagler. He cleaned up the division
Exactly.
for numerous years, not
Right.
just one.
And these were
group.
legends coming up. These
And
were legends.
boy, was it a weak middleweight division when he was.
Oh,
there.
they fought.
here
He
you
was some
go.
bangers.
No, he
James
fought-
E. Kinchin was tough. Antifermo was tough.
Well, Kitchen won the middleweight. He moved up.
Jim,
to
stop
middleweight.
slandering the legend Marvin Hagler. Stop, Jim. We're not going to keep letting you slander these
I'm
legends,
not saying he
man.
didn't fight anybody. What I'm saying is he made a career. His biggest fights was grabbing
Those were the
guys
bigger names,
how about
Jim.
when he went to super
welterweight
middle?
up.
What did he fight Sugar Ray at? Super middle?
No,
it was middle.
middleweight.
That was
Yeah,
Donnie.
yeah,
that
yeah,
fought
he
super
never
middle.
he never went down. He
My
never
fights
went
were
that head.
exactly Luther's. Fury, Usyk. I want to see AJ Wilder still.
Yeah.
Still, I
Do you
want
want
to
to see AJ Fury? That's who I want to see. That's a big money fight.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, Wilder,
I'm excited
AJ ain't no
Oh,
money.
Jim,
there.
stop, Jim.
I
Fury,
think, you know what
Wilder,
though?
Tom
That
Brady.
Saudi
fight there.
Arabia wants that fight, Wilder and AJ.
But Joshua Fury would be $75 million apiece.
Jim, there you go with the pocket watching.
Well,
Jim,
I don't know.
Jim, just carry this with you when you start that pocket. Just carry the pocket
I'll say
watch.
this about Wilder and
Right.
AJ. You might not agree. That fight, I think Wilder would help promote it verbally. I think there would be some stuff there. I don't think he would just go there with the headphones. I think there's some
There's
angst
a
there. I think
reason
there's some
for that.
issue.
Usually Wilder
That's
sells
fine.
the fight. Yeah, come on,
Okay.
man.
Well,
Now another fight would be the other big baby against a top five, not Big Baby Miller.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. The real big baby Anderson.
Anderson.
Okay.
I like to see him fight a top five guy. I like him because I saw him get hit last time and he kept coming. That's what I wanted to see.
Charles
You
Martin
mean the
pushed
same
him.
fight that
Yes.
he cried in the locker room because he underachieved? Cried on his mama's shoulder?
I
That
don't-
fight?
I
I don't
see
remember
that.
that, Jim.
Yeah.
You're making stuff up. You were in the
He
locker
did.
room, Jim?
Was that there? Did that
Jim
happen?
snuck in the locker room.
I didn't see
Come on,
that.
I don't remember that, Jim. Come on.
But I like to see Big Baby fight. I think he's ready for a top five guy.
Oh,
when
my.
Martin hit him,
How about
and he
Zhang?
survived-
Zhang and Big Baby Anderson.
my
as long as he doesn't do that southpaw mess. I
Zhang
like
and
to
Big
see
Baby
it.
Anderson.
Be nice.
There you
There's
go.
some interesting fights. Don't get him wound up. He's going to say it's
Yeah,
a great
a lot of
division.
interesting
It's an
fights. They gotta
interesting
fight each other.
It's an interesting fight. Okay. So we kind of combined the fights in 2024. Do you think any of those are going to? Do you think we're going to see Zhang fight Anderson? Do you think we're going to see Canelo fight the winner of? Let me ask you. Do you think we'll see Canelo fight the winner of? If he's at the fight, if Canelo's at
He
the
won't
fight,
be.
which he should be,
He won't be.
Should he be?
He should be. He
And
should
just
be.
like
He should-
Usyk was all these guys at the Charlo's at the fights. Evander was at the fight when Buster beat Tyson.
Peasants.
What's that?
Peasants. Chicken. Pigeons.
Why?
Canelo's an eagle. He ain't got to be there, man.
It'll show. I
Eagles
see
don't
what you're
do
saying.
pigeons do.
I see what you're saying, but it would show. It would show people who are saying he's ducking these guys. Hey, I want to fight.
Jim, why doesn't he want to fight these guys?
First of all,
why doesn't he want to fight?
First
them?
of all, Big Baby Anderson wouldn't fight Torres in the amateurs, so I know he ain't fighting
Jim, what are
Big
you
Bang
talking? They
Zhang.
came
that
out
happen?
different
No, because
times,
he came.
Jim.
No, they was the same era.
He turned
Same
pro.
era. Yeah, he
turned
ran.
pro first.
He ran
He
from
wanted to
Torres.
make money, Jim.
He ran from Torres just like
No, Jim,
He'd have
stop.
beat
just
him
like
in-
Devin X is running from 135.
He's much
can't
more
make
skilled.
weight. Come on,
He's
stop,
much more
Jim.
skilled than
But-
Torres, even in
Exactly.
the amateurs.
Right.
But to answer your question, first of all, we got to go back to the redhead circus. You guys have not. This is a top five. This is a guy that went from 140. Y'all
Jim,
want him to
we're
fight
not
super
talking about
heavyweight.
that, Jim.
Y'all
You-
just
you-
talked about
you're
him
moving
fighting
it- you're moving
Usyk in the African at cruiserweight.
I didn't say. I'm talking about the guys at 168 right now. Stop talking
Again,
140 and
I
all
will
that.
repeat myself again. I will repeat myself
Repeat
again.
a lie, or are you going to
This
say
is a
some
guy
truth?
that fought 22 world
Oh, my
champions.
God. Here we go.
He's already proven
Smoking
himself.
like a
He's the man.
fanboy.
I would never fight David Benevitez at 168 if I'm
Why?
Canelo.
Why?
Because I'm not sure he can make the weight.
Because
You
you're not
lost
sure you can beat him. Just say that. What about
I'm
Boo
just saying.
Andrade? What about David
I
Morrell
don't think
Jr.?
Boo Boo's earned it. I don't think he's
Oh, okay,
earned it.
there you go.
I don't think he's
All
earned
right,
it.
but Andy Yildirim earned it. Come on,
Right.
Billy Joe Saunders earned
Yeah,
it.
he was undefeated. Billy
Oh,
Joe.
come
Well, so is
on, man.
Andrade.
Huh?
So is Andrade.
Well,
With a better resume. They were supposed to fight.
who knows more?
Listen,
Who people know?
Andre
You
was
already
supposed to
said-
fight Billy Joe, but Billy Joe tested positive for BEDs.
well, all I'm saying is, in my opinion, I'm entitled to my opinion.
You've been wrong a lot with your opinion.
You even said that he had an underwhelming career
Yes.
as far as,
Yes.
you know what I mean? It kind of
But
passed
no,
me by.
but why was that? Because he went with the wrong promoters.
with the wrong
He's
team.
dominated these guys.
They were concentrating on other big money fights
Right.
instead of working with him.
He was on the same. He went over to the zone thinking he could get a Canelo
For
fight.
35 years, he was. You got 35 years of excuses.
No, there it is.
Why?
It's not an excuse.
not
It's,
excuse,
it's in black
fact.
and white.
He
Here
was-
it is.
He
Who
was
did he
at the
fight?
zone with Canelo.
Right.
That fight should have been made, but Canelo didn't want it.
Well, like again,
He's one of those guys, in my opinion, and I'm not going to, I keep mentioning Jimmy Young. Jimmy Young, nobody wanted to fight him because they look bad fighting him.
and he had a yellow streak.
Yeah. the yellow
Stop,
streak.
Jim. Oh, there
Now,
you go.
now, who wants to look bad in a fight? Who wants to swing and miss in a
Nobody.
fight?
Nobody. And
Andrade, if he's
he
on
can
his
make you
game,
look bad.
he
You're
can make
right.
you look bad. He can make you look bad. And Canelo
he's that-
does not want to look bad. And to Luther's
And he
credit,
doesn't like, and Canelo doesn't like movers.
Or
with that,
right.
with that bad
Right.
knee.
You people like Sugar Ray Leonard, right?
Love Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray Leonard said, until the kids in the basketball court,
That was him.
No,
That's
he
Sugar-
said,
oh,
listen, let
come
me
on,
finish.
man.
He said, until the kids in the basketball court ask me when am I fighting Tommy Hearns, that's when I'll fight Tommy
Okay,
Hearns.
who are they asking for Canelo to fight?
He's
Canelo-
sure not Boo Boo.
Who? Okay, who?
Sure not Boo Boo.
Who?
Usyk,
No, they're not. Usyk's in the
He's
heavyweight
He
title.
mentioned Usyk.
Charlo.
Okay.
Spence.
Is he fighting
every
him?
time? He
He's
want
not-
him to fight
no,
Spence?
no.
They've been calling.
He
Fans
fought
have been
Charlo.
calling for Benevitez for
Right.
years now.
Right.
Stop it, Jim. Stop.
I've
Jim.
been
You
saying
know it.
Benavidez-
You know they've been calling it.
Well, they called for
Makabu.
Plant. He fought Plant.
They didn't call for Plant. Plant just had the last belt he needed. They were
Well,
calling for
what-
David
what-
Benevitez.
What belt does Benitez have? David, what
But
belt
to
does he
Luther's
have?
point,
He lost it
to
on
Luther's
his
Canelo
cell.
of belts.
What's Luther
Canelo's-
saying? Luther says all the time, he's fighting him because
He can beat him.
He knows he can beat him.
beat him.
Well, put it this way. Again, if Benitez won the belt,
Benevitez.
he's 6'3". There's a belt at
Oh.
175.
You were really.
But why should
you're
he
really,
win 175?
What?
Jim,
He won a
you're
belt?
really- you
He
know
won
what?
a belt?
Jim is really, just like Canelo, really worried about Benevitez.
Why?
Yeah,
I always said he could
you're,
beat him.
you're trying to run him out of the division.
Well, just
won-
like he ran away from David Morrell. He was supposed to fight David Morrell for
They
he fought
never.
a Boo
Yeah, I don't
they
know
never
why
could-
that
Before he fought a
happened.
Boo Boo. Before he fought a Boo Boo.
I think
Boo
he'd
Boo
have.
is great. Boo Boo's
Let me ask you real quick.
a bigger name.
Who do you think would be?
Who would be
Who's a
between,
bigger
who
name?
would win between him and David Morrell?
That's a great fight.
Who would win?
At this
I'm
point,
putting you on the spot.
Benevitez at this point.
Oh my!
Real
More
quick,
experience.
who would you rather see? Benavidez Morel, Benavidez Boo Boo? And which is the tougher
Morrell.
fight? Which is the
Morrell.
tougher fight?
Morrell.
Listen,
I
think
say
Boo Boo
Andrade
right now.
because he's a veteran.
Yeah, he
when
has
I
more
did
experience.
the fight, 6 million people in Cuba watched me. So there's people that will
And you're not allowed
tune
in
in
Cuba.
for yeah.
You're not allowed in
There's
Cuba.
people in Cuba that will watch that David
What would be a
Morrell
tougher fight for Benavidez? And you always say styles make fights too. Benavidez Morel, Benavidez Andrade.
Morrell will knock him out. Morrell will knock out.
Morrell doesn't have that experience right now.
Right, that's
Boo
what I
Boo's
said.
more
Boo Boo.
experienced.
Right.
Boop, huh?
Boo Boo's more 32 fights.
He asked me. He didn't ask you.
He
If
asked
my
both
opinion,
of us,
Morrell would
and you've
knock
been
him out.
wrong. Just like your horses keep losing, you
They
keep
do.
losing.
They do. I'm going to turn them into glue.
Then you can start your own show with painting pictures.
Yeah,
Blue.
yeah, that's it.
You'll win something. Just have us on as guests. All right, I think that's it. We can do one quick mailbag.
Hey, I want
Okay.
to see one
Sure,
fight. I
you
want to
got
see.
it.
I want to see Boots versus Bud in 2024. I need to see that fight.
Oh, my goodness.
Wilder versus Ngannou. I want to see that fight as well. There's a lot
Okay,
of great
Boots
fights.
and
Bud Crawford.
who do you like?
I like Boots. I think Boots is going to do something we haven't seen. Undisputed
last
at
time-
147,
Last time you liked
154.
somebody over Bud, it didn't
You know what?
work
The
out
Bud
for
changed. Not only
Listen,
did he
Spence-
beat
listen.
Spence, he dominated.
What's,
Spence. He damn near
listen,
killed
now
him.
you all know Spence wasn't right that fight. He was weight
But what-
trained. He didn't look right.
Is he be
should have
right the
been
next
moved
fight?
up. I don't know. I think he needs to be at 154.
Wow.
You know, and I
He did look bad.
He looked bad. I mean,
He,
when
he was on the Gateway Clipper.
He couldn't even put up his guard. He went in there. I saw him in the locker room before
Oh,
the
I-
fight. I said, "What's wrong with Spence?" He looked like he was out of it before the fight.
The eyes.
The eyes said it all.
No balance. Again, Gateway.
No punch
Clipper.
resistance,
Gateway
no balance,
Clipper
anything.
walking.
Boots is a different thing. Boots is that one. I've been telling you that since we
But you know
saw
what?
him in the amateurs.
But would you also agree that confidence plays a big role? Tyson was on that role. He was confident. But after what he did to Spence, he's on a different level now. Why is Boots on a different level?
Boots on a different level.
I mean, mentally.
Well, I see Boots don't want Karen again. He ain't
Boots
learned
wants
from that.
anybody. He won every round.
Karen-
He has yet to lose a round as a pro,
He got
Jim,
criticized. Cut off
because
the ring.
he didn't knock him out. That dude was
Right.
running like
So-
Usain Bolt.
So I think that right now, mentally, if I had to pick, I love Boots, but for right now, if they were fighting right
don't
now,
put no money on there. Boots is taking out Bud.
I
I'm
never seen
calling
him
it right
win a
now.
fight. And he's talking about me betting a fight. I see him mad losing fights. Of course, he's the one going on trips. All right. As always, we hope you enjoy our show as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Boxing Authorities.